Responsive leaders prefer knowledge and information to be spread as widely as possible among the population, because an informed public is necessary to govern effectively. Independent thought produces original ideas and is the key factor by which we progress as a society. When independent thought is stifled, society is and will remain stagnant until it is free to flourish once again. Reality is much more complex than any judgment of right or wrong encourages you to believe. When you really understand the ethical, spiritual, social, economic and psychological forces that shape individuals, you will see that people's choices are not based on a desire to hurt. Instead, they are in accord with what they know and what worldviews are available to them. Most are doing the best they can, given what information they've received and what problems they are facing. What most of us must be involved in, whether we teach or write, make films, write films, direct films, play music, act, whatever we do has to not only make people feel good and inspired and at one with other people around them, but also has to educate a new generation to do this very modest thing: change the world.
Greetings. This is Anonymous. This is to the people of London and surrounding areas. We Anonymous are much displeased with the United Kingdom government. The government and British establishment's plan to depopulate and implant the whole of the United Kingdom down to a few million implanted slaves has been exposed by several whistleblowers, including Edward Snowden and John Duffy. This plan has yet to be exposed by the BBC and other UK news outlets, despite the fact that they now know all about them. Instead of broadcasting the whistleblowers talking about the planned extinction of the UK people, the BBC have covered the story up. The BBC is owned by the people of Britain but is run by the BBC board, who have as its chairman a representative of the banking institute Goldman Sachs. The rest of the board are either establishment or bankers. It is the bankers along with the aristocrats that are depopulating your own country. That is why your news media are covering up this planned event. In response to this cover-up, we Anonymous are calling for the people of London to take to the streets on Saturday the 5th of November 2022 at Regents Park at 12 noon for a march to the BBC Broadcasting House to demand the resignation of the chairman and a full disclosure on Depopulate and Implant. We Anonymous will be there, and there will be whistleblowers there to be interviewed by the BBC, and we call on a million grandmothers and their children and grandchildren to join us for this march. We are Anonymous. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
First, they came for the writers. But I didn't speak up because I was not a writer. Then they came for the students. But I didn't speak up because I was not a student. Then they came for musicians. But I didn't speak up because I was not a musician. And then they came for the Greens, the Muslims, the trade unionists, Christians and the Jews, the travelers, the homosexuals, the journalists, the artists, the taggers, the doctors, the philosophers, the economists, the anarchists and the politicians, the nerds, the Europeans, the Americans, the communists, the hackers, illegals, the homeless. And I didn't speak up because I wasn't any of them. Any of them. And then they came for me. And there was no one left to speak